We all have those boxes of family photos, maybe even some VHS tapes, and also those photo albums that maybe mom or grandma left you. Well, on today's Small Business Showcase, Pat Miller, the Idea Coach, talks with Ann Matuszak of Pixologie. It's a local company that's helping turn old pictures into digital files for safekeeping.
I think your business is fascinating. Organizing and preserving photographs. How did it start?
Well, we started Pixologie in 2013 because we had started teaching classes. And when I say we, my business partner, Mollie Bartelt, and I were helping people with photo chaos. They had stuff everywhere. They couldn't get it in albums. And we said, what if we just made this our business? And from that statement to coming up with a name, incorporating, becoming an LLC, and holding our first event was just under a month.
Pixologie is a killer name, but it's not nearly as killer as the product that you offer that caught my eye, photo estate planning. It sounds genius. What is it and how does it work?
Photo estate planning is honestly exactly what it sounds like. We have people every day helping you with your financial planning. You plan for your health care, you plan for your money, you plan for your real estate. But what you don't plan for is how to pass on your family legacy. And so as we worked with more realtors and financial planners and even elder law attorneys, we said, who's addressing the legacy? And so we take all of it, the entire chaos of photos, slides, negatives, VHS, reel-to-reel film, memorabilia, genealogy records, and all those precious things. And we curate them and get them into a format where they actually have a potential to be an estate, not just a mess. Digitize them so they can be preserved and passed on, and then typically store them in a permanent private cloud storage that's guaranteed for lifetime plus 100 years to make it a heritage. And your photos, your estate, are what you want the future to know about you.
As photos begin to stack up, it feels like clutter and is there guilt and like a weight weighing on people that I know I need to do something with this, but there's just so much of it. I don't even know where to start. Is that how people are when they come to you?
They are. And what's really funny is at one point we said, what our product is not organized photos. It's relief and joy. We had one lady say she has to take a Xanax before she starts looking at her pictures. Another said, I'd rather clean toilets. I offered to hire her to do that for me, but people are so overwhelmed, and every family, it seems, has that box that came from grandma and grandpa that got passed on to mom and dad. And now the next generation has this box, and they know it's important or they wouldn't keep putting it in the basement of the next house, but no one really gets around to addressing it. And we're saying, let us take the mess and give you back the memories.
I can only imagine the stories that you have of passed down heirlooms and people that feel like they're free and now they can tell their family story for generations to come. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time today, but we'd love to hear some of those. What about VHS and DVD and slides? You mentioned some of those things. What's interesting about photos is we're still taking photos, but we're not using VHS players anymore. We're barely using DVD players anymore. So are VHS and DVD coming in at a higher rate right now?
Especially VHS tapes, as we're really emphasizing the fact that of all the media types, they're the most susceptible to falling apart. And so they degrade at a more rapid rate. And those of us who were very conservative, financially savvy, would play our DVDs or our VHS tapes at super extended play, which put them in really terrible quality. And I'm sure you're aware that Sunday was National VCR Day, and they're estimating there's still 10 billion VHS tapes out in the world. So yeah, getting those converted. One of the challenges is it's all this obsolete technology, right? So you had reel-to-reel film from grandma and grandpa, and then mom and dad were really efficient and they got out the VCR and the camera and they projected it on the wall and they copied it onto a VHS tape. And then you said, Mom and Dad, that's terrible. Let's put it on a DVD. And now you have a new computer and a new system, and there's no DVD player. So we work our way through all the layers of technology to create what we see going forward is the most common format, which is a digital file.
And I can understand a shoebox full of photos or even a moving box full of photos, but the oncoming tsunami of digital images, there are so many digital images, it's completely overwhelming. Are you starting to see people just drop digital images on your door and say, fix it?
Yes. We digital organizing is a whole another beast because we're so inconsistent with where we find them. And that's true with printed photos, but you can at least see them. If you have a bag under your bed, you see it. If it's in a drawer, if it's hanging on the wall. Whereas digital images, we find that on the average computer, there's no less than 5 different places on your computer. You thought they were all in your pictures folder. You're wrong. So just your computer alone, we've had people come in with a box of media. It will contain memory cards, old phones, cameras, their iPad, their last 2 laptops, and a hard drive, and say, I can't find anything. Can you help me make sense of this mess? And so moving forward, that digital organization is going to be huge. And even more importantly, curating those digital photos. When you had a roll of film, you took 24 pictures and then you were usually done. You didn't start another roll of 24 and another and another. Now the average birthday party has 100 pictures taken. We don't need 100 pictures from one party. So it's a different communication, but the same problem.
It's one of the coolest local businesses I've heard of. Ann Matuszak from Pixologie. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. We look forward to talking to you more about your family's story.
There are plenty of places for a small business owner to network, but nowhere to go to collaborate. Until now. Join the Idea Collective community for small business owners. Text IDEA to 414-240-1315. That's IDEA to 414-240-1315 to learn more about the Idea Collective small business community.
And if you'd like to be part of Small Business Showcase, text the word BIZ, that's B-I-Z, to the AccuNet Mortgage Talk and Text line at 855-616-1620.